I'm Teresa Lisum. Hi, I'm coming to you with my amazing guest co-host, Barbara Drtina, and we're evolving women. So I'm evolving, you're evolving, we're all evolving. So let's help each other to evolve. We're here today to infuse the world with uplifting messages, new perspectives, empowering tools, fresh insights, some resources, maybe to plant some new seeds, and we talk on anything from wellness ideas to mindset shifts, maybe some new self-belief strategies. You never know what you're going to get, but we're dedicated to being a source of inspiration for you. So we're here to give you permission to be your best self. So welcome. We're so glad you're here. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. This is Teresa Lisum with Barb Drtina. We are in episode 2. We had such an awesome conversation in episode 1. If you have not heard that, you're going to want to go check that out. But we're going to continue the conversation. We took so many pathways in the first conversation. It was hard to figure out where to go next. But I'm going to ask you if you ever have ever heard of centenarian consciousness. That is a mouthful. I'm going to say it one more time. Centenarian consciousness. I had to make sure I spelled it out right so I could say it. So we are going to let Barbara tell us a little bit about that.
Great. Thank you so much. I found it really fascinating. I happened to attend a Zoom talk with Dr. Mario Martinez, and I have been dealing with emotional wellness and our physical wellness and hand in hand, and dis-ease causes disease. But he talked about something different. He's like a bio um, psychologist. So the psychology of it actually scientifically affecting your body. And he has gone around the world interviewing centenarians. So those are people that have lived beyond, they made it to 100, which is often our goal, right? Let's make it to 100. And we all know about the blue zone diet and what we eat. And a big part of my business is activating your body and your body's pathways in a healthy way and fix the cell, and it can be well. But he talked about the attitude of how they live life is a bigger factor even than what
Mm,
the diet situation was. And
wow.
one of the main components was have an attitude of gratitude.
Mm,
We always think of gratitude, but sometimes it's, let me write this down in my gratitude book, or
yeah.
what they embodied gratitude.
Mm,
Whatever was going on around them, they didn't live in lack. It was being generous, how they responded to different things. And he gave this great analogy or example that I thought was so cute. He saw this beautiful woman, like 102 or something, said, "You are just such a beautiful woman." And she said, "I know, I've always been beautiful."
oh,
So think of that thought process. I mean,
yeah,
he
yeah.
the biocognition. What do we do? Oh, thank you so much. Or I looked better when I was younger. We blow.
Yes.
That was a beautiful dress. This person, they take it in. She knew she was beautiful. She knew that she had an aura about her.
Mm,
And that changes the chemistry in your body looking at it like that. And so just bringing that to my awareness, I started noticing that if people made a compliment to me, "Oh, I got that dress at the thrift store. I know it was
yes.
just fine." And so
Yes.
we downgrade and denigrate
Hmm.
ourselves, and they don't do that.
Oh my gosh, that is
Just-
powerful.
And then
Powerful.
I'm going to read my notes, and they
Sure.
allow the compliments, the more the merrier. And there's something called healthy narcissism, and it's good for our immune system.
Mm,
I think so many of us were taught not to take compliments, or we think that we are conceited, or, you know,
yes.
but it actually secretes oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, endorphins, which are your feel-good hormones, which and are neurotransmitters. They directly
Mm,
affect all of that.
Wow.
And generosity, really, to give unconditionally without accepting something in in return and not having any attachment. Okay, keeping that score,
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
better get back to them because they gave something
Right.
to me. They include generosity in their lives. When something is given quid pro quo, negates the benefits. So you can actually cut off the benefits of having these attitudes, taking care of your body physiologically. Isn't that
Wow.
amazing?
That is amazing. I did never have never heard of healthy narcissism.
I
So
hadn't
maybe
either.
that's something to explore more. But I just think as women, like you said, we've been taught to be dismissive. Oh, this thing, I've had this 20 years and blah, 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 Oh, my hair looks terrible today. I just, instead of just receiving it
Yeah.
and just standing in that energy of receiving and allowing them to give us those gifts of the compliment. That's kind of counterintuitive to what we've been learning, what we've trained to, be like. And so to consciously allow that to happen and just receive it and like, thank you very much. It's like that is a really good practice. And it's going
And
to be
it's not,
very tricky.
it seems like it's really easy to do. And then I thought, well, I'm going to not try, I'm going to put this into practice. And it shocked me how many times I blew things off.
Yep, yep.
I felt uncomfortable
Yes.
taking that compliment. And so what does that do in my body system? It releases different hormones for feeling uncomfortable. Then,
Mm-hmm.
we all know the hug therapy. How many hugs a day do you need? That's like a hug. And
Yeah.
our body receives that.
I love that. Like an energetic hug when
Because
we get
we
that
also are
compliment.
dealing with self-esteem problems, self-worth problems. So
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
really helps to heal that, right?
And again, it's simple. It's
Yeah.
free. It's just a practice that we have to allow for ourselves.
And remember, these are centenarians, like they're probably in the hills of Italy or in
Mm-hmm.
Greece or in Africa. They're probably not, they're not so much in modern society, actually.
That's a good
Those are
point.
those are the lifestyle habits and
That's a really good point. And they're
creativity and curiosity is
mm-hmm.
extremely important. It slows down and elongates the perception of time, and it's an anti-inflammatory habit.
What is? What say the
Creativity and curiosity.
creativity? So I didn't know if it was one or the other, but you're putting them together.
Adding, yeah,
Gotcha.
because you can add curiosity to your creativity
Mm, I love that.
and
Just
find,
approaching things from a mind of curiosity and discovery and where could this lead? And yeah, that just be asking questions and yeah, love
yeah,
that.
admiration. So how we look at something even plays a part in our health. If something is good, it's worth duplicating. And so we said dopamine is the hormone of more. Wow, I want more of that feel good
Mm-hmm.
experience. But when there's a feeling of envy or lack, which a
Mm,
lot of us walk around with, there's no feel good endorphins. I mean, we can be getting all these free endorphins.
mm,
People are taking drugs and we're
yeah.
eating or drinking or something like that to really get some of these, which really is not
Yes.
a healthy way to, and it doesn't work for a long period of time. You will
Yes,
be a
it's
vegetarian.
right. It's not sustainable. But yeah, that's a good point. I never thought about that. Admiring what somebody else has or what they just received or their good fortune. And we're like reaping the benefits of their good fortune by
Yeah,
admiring what just happened to them and being glad for them. Oh, I
yes.
love that. I'm going to have to
That's like,
remember that.
yeah, we get that benefit too.
Mm-hmm. Love
And
that.
another interesting thing is they have a different concept of time and space. these are things you would
Hmm.
never think about, right?
Right.
They don't look at themselves as old. It's another day. It's not like,
Hmm.
oh no, now I'm turning 60 now. And he was saying, never tell your age. Like you're putting a label on
Yes. Yeah.
where you are. And an interesting fact of the activation products I represent, then you have a biological age, which can be different than your chronological age. And then
Yes. Yes.
there could be a big gap, just like these people have that by just living that life of I feel like joy. Um,
Hmm.
I look at creativity sometimes is, do I have time for that, or I need a block of time, or should I feel like I'm wasting my time, I should be
Yes.
productive somewhere. Well, it is productive. So
Hmm.
now I put more of that in my life.
Oh, that's great. I love that. But I love that you said they don't see themselves as old, not labeling themselves with a number. And I hear so much of that. It drives me nuts. Like people will say, well, and I don't even want to say the phrase that I'm going to say they're getting old, that they'll use themselves. And that's because of their age and like to me, age is irrelevant. It's just how many times I've been around the sun. That's all it
And
is.
we can meet two different people the same age and they
Hmm.
can look entirely
Oh
different.
yeah. Yeah.
And in this whole political sphere, age became a very huge factor on both sides of the,
True.
you
True.
know. But it's also the time space factor is also um looking at something as, when I get that promotion, then I'll be happy. When I accomplish this, that will make me feel good. So the time space
Mm,
also relates in that, always looking to the future, then I can retire and do this, or
gotcha.
then I can, and take that out.
Okay. So yeah, I wasn't sure where you're going with that, but you're saying, which we do, we live into the future. Like, oh, when I achieve this so much money, I will be successful, or society will consider me as such, or I will see myself as that, instead of living in the moment, making our choices, our decisions moment by moment. Now, not for in the future, not waiting until that goal arrives. Am I on the right track here of
Yeah, so
understanding?
not feeling like there has to be something else as a goal to accomplish in order to be happy or in
Hmm.
order to feel good. Yes. Yeah,
Like,
benchmarks, all these
right, right. Like stopping to
yeah.
smell the roses right now. That's
Right. And
almost
then
a
and just talk
cliche,
about
but
read
it's
this way.
true.
Yeah, we
Hmm.
do. And then we're ready at the next goal. We're not even enjoying
Yeah.
maybe
Oh,
that
I am
moment.
guilty of that. Guilty of that as charged. Yes.
And it says they live and respond in time space reality of forever, no matter
Mm,
how old they are. Like, I better do this because I'm going to die. Like, they don't have this sense of impending doom.
wow.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, most of us are
Wow.
living in time spec stamped reality. When I get this, I'll be happy. When I,
Right, right.
or living for the weekend. We in our
Yes. Yep.
people talk, oh, it's TGIF, and when
Yep.
it's, and so that really diminishes the moments of our
That
life.
is, oh my God, that is so true. And I know we were both in education. I I just remember so many people they couldn't wait till retirement, and outside of that as well. Anybody trying to get to retirement or trying to get, like you said, to that vacation a year from now. And so they're like losing that frame of time right now because they want to get to that, like we just said, to that goal, to that end point. And yeah, you're like, what about all this time in between? Like you're not going to be happy between now and then? Like, no,
Well,
it's
I've learned, even when going through trauma and really difficult things, it did not happen overnight. But I learned that you choose to be happy.
Oh,
And
yes, yes.
I could sense that I would feel guilty, like I can't be happy with this because, maybe I lost somebody, or something terrible happened, or um many different scenarios, but it's really impending, and feeling guilty. It almost brings guilt that I shouldn't be happy because this happened, when
Mm-hmm.
you still can feel happy in circumstances. You're
Mm-hmm.
not diminishing those circumstances,
Mm.
but think of what that does with your body, because we know today that stress is one of the major factors of
Yes.
illness.
Yes, right, for sure. And I
And I
love that
end
you,
with this motto. Oh,
well, no, I was
go
just
ahead.
saying, I love that you said choose to be happy moment by moment. I do believe that. And some moments it's like, oh, like I don't know if I can choose that right now, which might
Yeah,
be okay. Just sit in that emotion that you're in. And then maybe 10 minutes from now, you can choose to reach for a happier moment, a happier
and
thought.
there's a scale of there's an energy scale. So,
Yeah.
maybe anger is actually one step above,
Mm-hmm.
being despair, and that you're getting at least to the next level of something. And I know for me, sometimes then I'll go, let me go empty the dishwasher. It changes let me do a menial domestic task, or
Yes.
let me go outside for a little while, and a Zen walk is a really great.
Yes. Yes. Yeah,
And
but just
the
physically, yeah, physically moving to a different room, a different location, like I said, getting outside. And again, it's like a pattern interrupt. Just
Yes,
jumping up
it's
and
a
down, moving, stretching, turn on
yes,
some music. There's so many ways of changing our state if we so
yes,
choose. Again, if we
yes,
choose to stay in those lower frequencies, that's okay. That's a choice. We all make our own choices. But like you, I have another friend who lost a child, well, a couple of them actually, who have chosen to keep moving forward and living their life and enjoying the moment. And like you said, I love that you said, yes, you can be happy even though that event took place, that loss, that trauma. And like I said, it doesn't diminish that. It's just that that is something that happened, and now you need to move forward in your life and make those moment by moment choices, which could be really a struggle. And then other days it's going to be real easy. So I
right.
so applaud
You're
you for
right.
that.
Some days it just hits you, find a
Mhm.
picture or something. And like you say, it is important to be with that emotion. I think we were taught, oh, don't feel anything, like mask it with something. But
Yep.
no, it's like I can feel sad. I can feel sad, and then I can still go and feel a warmth or a happiness of having that moment, and but yet missing that person, or
Yes.
whatever the situation of grief. I never knew grief before, and there is,
Hmm.
but some people choose to stay in that grief.
Yes. Yes. That's
And
when it's debilitating for sure.
for me, I felt like, I never could have imagined something like that happening. And
Hmm.
to the viewers, I lost a daughter who was 15, and I never could have imagined, and had never experienced such grief.
Hmm. Yeah.
But then I realized I still have life, and I have
Mm.
a responsibility to live it to the fullest,
Mm.
you know,
Beautiful.
to make something with it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful example for other people that might be going through that. Um, you have
So I'm
just
going to
given
end
us,
with this of the centenarians, maybe.
okay.
Centenarians always feel that they are healthy, and then they will live forever. And I think, we live in a little bit of a sickness, and we're programmed that way. TV is just filled. When I was growing up, they were not allowed to advertise drugs on TV.
Yep, I
Oh,
know.
maybe there's a placebo effect. Maybe I have that. Maybe
Yes,
this. I've
yes,
never heard of this disease. I don't know. I have this little thing. So that
yes.
attitude of moving towards expecting health is a whole different mindset.
Then expecting things to happen to your health as you age and become older. That expectation could be adding to that, how that plays out for you. Whereas if you expect to live forever and always be healthy, that's going to take you in a different direction.
Exactly.
I love that. So many pieces, so many gems we can pick from that book. I mean, thank you for sharing those.
And
Those
they're
are
free.
awesome.
They're all free, right?
They are all free. Yeah, it doesn't cost us a thing to appreciate or to be curious or to be grateful throughout our day, different points in our day. Just something as simple as, oh, I so appreciate that guy giving me that grocery cart while I was walking into the store. Just something as simple as
Right.
that. It doesn't have to be big and huge. It can be
Right.
something as small as, oh, I found a quarter in the parking lot. Woot woot. Yes.
I'm going to put it in the Aldi cart.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
Uh,
true. And when you
this,
start finding that, it's sort of
yes,
an adventure. I think I was Mel Robbins, you know Mel Robbins. I love her.
yes.
And so famous. And she had and I started doing it for a while. It was really great. It's like, okay, what it will be my it wasn't like sparkling moment of the day, what will bedazzle me today?
Ooh, I
And you
love that.
work like that, like, oh, this was good, this happened. It was like, no, what was my bedazzle, my moment today? And it
Oh, I
makes you
love that.
special things in your day or
Uh,
notice.
I love that. Or just always watching for miracles. I keep hearing about
Yeah,
miracles. There's a song out now that's popular. I think it's a country song. No, it's a Christian song. Anyway, about looking for miracles. And what if you start your day like that? Ooh, what miracles am I going to see today? Ooh, what is going to bedazzle me today? And then your
yeah.
mind starts looking for those things. And oh, I love that word bedazzled, though. I'm going to have to use that. Love
Yes,
that.
and that just gives you a different energy. So our words
Yes.
are really important.
Yes, yeah, and that's a whole nother conversation.
I
We may have
know.
to we may have to meet again and talk about that, but so many things to pick from. I hope that we've given our viewers and our listeners so much to just take one of them. Take the
Yeah,
simplest thing that resonated with you and see if you can do it for a day or for 48 hours or for a week and see
to
if your
make it a
life
habit.
changes. I know your life will change because it's changed for me and you and so many other people. I've seen it happen. Once your mind gets in that way of thinking, then it's more and more and more, and things just expand, and it's all beautiful and positive and lovely. And yeah, it's a
And
great
then
way to
people
live
want to be
life for
with you
sure.
to attract other people,
Yes.
it's like a light.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I absolutely love it. So I want to thank you so much, Barbara. This has been delightful and insightful, and you've given us so many things to check out and explore and be curious about. And again, look in the description. We will put Barbara's contact information there. Real quick, Barbara, where can people find you? What platforms do you hang around on?
So my business is called Wellness Matters You Matter. So I'm on Facebook as Wellness Matters You Matter, and also my name, Barbara Drtina, um, Instagram, and just started back with TikTok, and I do some YouTubes um, with Wellness Matters You Matter, and also Own Your Life. We get to own our life. I
Hmm.
know that growing up. I mean, we get to
Yeah.
create it. So here's some wonderful tools to create a good, happy life.
Yeah, so lots of resources, lots of ways of connecting with her. Again, lots of books to check out, lots of people to explore. Even just Mel Robbins, go search for her if you've never heard of her. And we just want you to evolve with us. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, if you haven't listened to episode 1, go check it out. And Barb, I hope you come back and talk to us again.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It was so much fun. I
This has
loved it.
been this has been great. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for joining us here today. We will see you the next time.
And remember
Bye-bye.
to find the bedazzle moment.
Oh yeah, go, but yes, I love it. And if you are bedazzled, leave us a comment about your
Yeah.
bedazzling moment. Okay, thanks for
Yeah.
that, Barb. Okay, bye-bye, everybody.